tuning in again. Today's installment is just a quickie to show you that I've got, that last episode we got the centerboard back in place. These two control ropes come from the centerboard. The blue pulls the centerboard down and the white pulls the centerboard up. And I have replaced this wooden console piece, and I've drilled, I've drilled all the holes, not all the holes, but almost all the holes that are going to hold it in place. So what's going to happen now is I have like 100 of these stainless steel screws, and they are perfect for this application. But what's going to happen now is I'm going to use about 15 of these or 10 of these to hold that panel down, and there's 2 for a cleat that holds the centerboard controls, and then there's 6 more that hold the cleats for the jib sheets. So I don't know, probably 20 of these. I've got 100 of them. I need to go and buy skirts for them. Skirts are like washers. I call them skirts. I don't know what they're called. They're like washers, but they're used on bleachers and places where people slide clothing and butts over a screw. It's like a donut-shaped bevel washer that makes sure that nobody gets a leg or a pants caught on a screw as they slide over quickly. And it serves also as a washer so that the screw doesn't sink in and crack the wood that it goes into. These are stainless steel screws. They're perfect. I'm headed to Home Depot right now to buy those skirts. Tomorrow I am going to pull that board off again. There's only 2 screws holding it in place. I'm going to pull that board off. I am going to have some epoxy by then, marine epoxy. I'm going to fill old holes that only serve to weaken that surface that it grips. And I'm considering this idea of filling the new holes with wet epoxy just before I screw everything in place. Put in fresh epoxy, coat the screws with beeswax, and screw into. First, I'm going to put a layer of silicone over that gel coat console so that the wood is sealed to the console and no moisture gets in there. Then I'm thinking that these screws with beeswax on them will go into fresh epoxy that will harden around the screw, but with a coating of beeswax to release the screw after the epoxy's hardened some years from now. If I need to get in there, I can still take the screws out because they were coated with beeswax as the epoxy hardened. It's just an idea. It wasn't my idea. I'm not sure if I got it right, but I think I'm going to try that. What's the worst case scenario is that I have some trouble getting these screws out several years from now, if at all. People at the club here are so nice. It's incredible. It's like a YMCA where everybody knows each other, or they want to know each other. Anyway, now I'm off to Home Depot, and I'm going to get those skirts, and I'm going to look for this West Systems 105 epoxy. All right, see you later.